Welcome to Foundations TV, everybody. We are here at the Paramount Theater for the Boston International Film Festival, and we are talking to some wonderful filmmakers whose movie just played at the theater. So welcome to the festival.
Thank you. Yeah, my name's Nathan Hunt, and this is Ben Eames.
Nice to meet you. How's it going?
Good. How was your movie?
No, the screening went well. Yeah, really well. Yeah, no, it was nice to. The audience played really well with the movie. Yeah, it was nice to see it up there again. It's done a couple of festivals leading up to this, so it's. But I live in Boston now, so it was nice to kind of have it in my new surrogate home.
Okay. Yeah. Now, did you make the film, as in produce, direct, act? So tell us your role.
Yes. So I wrote and directed the film. Also co-produced the film. My brilliant director of photography was my co-producer as well, and Ben Eames was my assistant editor. And it took us a little while to cut it up. We were stressed on resources with the film, so we had a 5-day shooting schedule that was condensed into 2 days, so that made it a little bit difficult. Which meant that we had to lose some coverage, some camera coverage, which kind of made, at least on what I wanted, my aspiration for the film, how I wanted it to play out. I was frustrated, so it took a while to piece it together. But now I'm happy. I think we're happy. We're happy?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So would you like to tell us something about the storyline?
So, yeah, I guess we kind of just sat down with all the footage on a hard drive and then started piling things together, like made one story, came back to another story, finally settled on what the film is now over a couple years, about a year or two. And, yeah.
So what was your inspiration for this particular movie?
I think my interest lies in, I think most of my films I've made tend to be on the emotional side, kind of exploring the nuances of personalities and the conflicts that we have and how they're kind of inevitable really, but just how we navigate those waters. And it was essentially the observing human behavior in those type of conflicts when you have these philosophies and these ideologies that are fought on two sides, and you create these enemies, and then these large groups of men who have families and wives and they're leaving their legacies behind to fight for this cause, whatever's been propagated by their countries and governments. But when that's all kind of subsides and you're left with, say, one or two people on opposite sides who are now together in one place, does that cause disappear? Do you kill that person? Do you go into conflict, or do you help them? All of a sudden it becomes intimate, and it's just eye to eye and soul to soul. And so that's what I wanted to explore was, these two opposing characters and how they overcome their differences. And yeah.
And did you have any experience in your personal life that kind of compelled you to make a movie on this topic or this theme?
Well, being Australian, it's very important history for us. We had the Anzacs, the Australian New Zealand Army Corps, in World War I, and they went to fight in Turkey under the command of Winston Churchill, and we shouldn't have been there. They sent us to not necessarily the wrong spot. There's just strategy was wrong. England had anticipated that Turkey was going to become an ally. We turned up, they weren't an ally. They'd already developed an alliance with Germany. So all of a sudden we're getting fired upon when we land. And anyway, so that's always been an important part of history for Australians. I guess personally, dealing with grief, everyone deals with grief throughout their lives, losing family members, losing things that they love. And I remember my grandfather passed away, and it was, it destroyed me for a little while. I was 15, and so I think a lot of my themes across a number of different projects of mine explore that. It's that, okay, I've seen this nice side of you, I've seen this compassionate side of you, and how does it make one feel when you realize how important that is to just take away straight away, you know. So you're right. There is a motivation there, inspiration from an event in my life. Yeah.
All right. So, are you working on other projects? Are you a full-time filmmaker, first of all?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that job actually exists. I think anyone who says they're a full-time filmmaker is synonymous with unemployed. But yeah, I mean, essentially, I'm a freelancer, so I work with different clients around the city in Greater Boston. Ben's also a freelancer as well. He works a lot of the time as an editor and post-production and all that type of stuff. But yeah, so doing that, I'm working on my first feature film, actually, to be honest. Yeah, so I'm writing that right now, so it's been a process. And so that's the next step.
That's wonderful. We wish you all the best. And is this your first time at the Boston International Film Festival?
I'm at this festival, yeah. I've lived in Boston for 4 years, but this is the first time here. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And all the best.
All right, we'll do. Take care.